My wife and I are in the habit of going on long walks. During these walks, we have often found ourselves experiencing unforeseen adventures. From seeing small birds defend their nest from a big hawk, to seeing a squirrel eat a mushroom, we treasure these walks. A couple of weeks ago, we came upon a church with a graveyard. I have visited many graveyards in my life, and there's nothing quite like it. And this time was no exception. Seeing the names and the dates on the tombstones has a way of bringing into sharp focus the reality that one day my name and the dates of my life will be on those, and that my being on this earth will be no more. It seems, however, that I am not the only one who sees the value and profundity of reflecting on my own mortality. Memento Mori is a Latin phrase that was used throughout the Middle Ages, and it means, remember that you must die. This short phrase describes a practice of reflecting on one's own death, and in this reflection, turning their focus to concentrate on the more spiritual side of our existence, rather than the earthly cares and vanities to which we are so inclined, and to which we tend to solely focus. This practice was a way to help them keep things in perspective and be able to better discern what truly mattered in life. Like our medieval forebears, I too find that the practice of Memento Mori helps me to keep things in perspective. Whether I do this by visiting a physical graveyard or just do it in my mind, I find that it helps me to cultivate godliness in three ways: humility, soberness, and gratitude. It cultivates humility because I realize that no matter what my earthly attainments might be, I'm still going to die. It reminds me that the universe didn't start with me, nor will it end with me. Finally, it reminds me that there have been many that have gone before me, and presumably many that will go after me, thus putting a healthy check on my ego. It brings about a soberness in that it awakens my spirit from the lull that so often sets in which I forget about the fact that my time here is limited and that I should live for the one who died for me. Lastly, it brings about gratitude, because it is only the resurrecting power of Jesus that could enable that spirit and one day that body to rise to life again. Only God can bring life out of death. And I am grateful because of Jesus' resurrection. My body in a coffin buried under 6 feet of earth is not my final abode. I think our brethren from the Middle Ages were onto something. In a world that flees any mere mention or thought of death, or, as the author of Hebrews puts it, are subject to lifelong slavery through the fear of death, we as Christians need not be. On the contrary, death and the contemplation thereof, in light of the victory of Christ in which we get to share, is an opportunity to once again glorify God for allowing us to share in Christ's victory over the grave. Thanks for watching, and remember, Soli Deo Gloria and Memento Mori.